Hey everyone. Today's exercise is going to be using FrameCAD Detailer to create the upper floor joists and detail review for our two-story house. So I'm going to go back to my detailer file. One thing I want to make sure you do is go ahead and open up your file from last week, but please perform a save as, give it a new name, put today's date, say A22 for assignment 22, two-story house, and put your initials there. Make sure you do this save as. I'm going to hit cancel because I've already done it, but make sure you do that. That way you can keep your old file whilst creating this new file. So the first thing we're going to want to do, we're doing the floor joist for the second story. I'm going to click on add new plan. I'm going to right click, properties, change the name to upper floor joists. And the elevation for these floor joists is at 8 feet. They go right above the first floor walls. The next thing I want to do is I want to select another plan as a template, and we're going to use upper wall frames. Okay. I'm going to double click on my middle wheel button to zoom to full extents. I'm going to put in my first joist, so make sure you select in this drop down menu, Joist Studio, Place Frame, and make sure your end snap is on. Click on this endpoint, click on this endpoint, select the side to grip, which is going to be towards the right, and let's hit escape a couple times. Let's configure the properties. Let's configure the properties of this joist by right-clicking, going to Properties and Main. The height should be at 1'2", and maximum web spacing should be set to 2 feet. Okay, click on Make Default, and click OK. The next thing we're going to want to do, I'm going to hit Escape a couple times. I'm going to copy. So I'm going to copy this joist. For now, I'm just going to choose a couple of random points here in my file. I've got ortho on, so I'm just going to copy it to the right 3 more times. Hit escape a couple times, and now I'm going to finalize their precise movement. I'm going to type in move, select this guy, hit enter, move it from this endpoint to that endpoint, escape 2 times, spacebar to repeat the command, select this joist, enter or spacebar, move it from this endpoint to that one, escape 2 times. I'm going to take this guy, move him from here to there, escape 2 times. That's where I want it to be for now. Okay, because I made this one default with those settings, all these following joists have the same properties. The next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and select this joist here. I'm going to copy it from this near snap to this near snap, escape 2 times, select this one, copy it, attempt to copy it from this near point to this near point, escape 2 times. Now, these two I want to go and extend all the way to here. For that, I'm going to use Trim Extend, or TE. I'm going to select the object and slide to trim/extend to, which is going to be this line right here, this horizontal line of the deck. Now that I've clicked that on its near, I'm going to click on this one and hit enter, and they should automatically grow. All right, let's see where we are in this handout. Got all 4 of those. Got those 2 extra ones, and I've extended them. All right, so the next thing we want to do is I'm going to draw some guidelines for myself. So polyline, PL. And when I make my guidelines, I like to make them super long, just really, really long, because that way I can remember to delete them later on, or as I'm working, I know that they're not integral to the rest of the floor plan. These are obviously guides that I've made because they're way bigger than even the roof and the footprint. So I'm going to move it now from this near snap to this edge of the wall, escape 2 times, offset 24 inches. Make sure you're snapping to the near snap of each of these new lines and just keep offsetting it. As you offset, you want to make sure that your snap near is on. You're selecting that near point and your cursor is below the line. Okay, so that way it copies in that direction or offsets in that direction. If I were to go above the line, it's going to offset upwards. So don't need that. All right, got all my lines here. The next thing I want to do is place another joist and go from this side to this side all the way down to here. Escape 2 times. I'm going to use the copy command. I'm going to select this J07 space bar to confirm that I want to copy that one. And while zoomed out, I'm going to snap to this line, this guideline I drew, on its snap near, and then click here, and just keep clicking each snap near to produce a copy of each one precisely 2 feet away from the last one. Hit escape a couple times. Let's make sure we're following our directions. So the next thing we want to do is we need to move some of these joists so that way they don't block the stairwell. So I'm going to take all of these ones here, and I'm going to move them. I'm going to move them all together at the same time in such a way that this near or edge of this joist, I'm going to snap it to the near point of the opening of the stairs right there, which leaves me with this awkward gap, meaning I'm going to have to copy this guy from here to here so I don't have that hole in my floor. All right, the next thing I'm going to want to do is, if I follow my handout, I'm going to look at some of these common joists. So if I select JO 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, make sure you're not selecting the line, make sure you're selecting, so hold shift, the joist, select the joist. Okay, I'm going to select all of these joists, and I'm going to make sure that whatever properties this joist has, these will have as well. I'm going to clone all of these to J07. So if I change the design or the web spacing of J07, all of these are going to be affected and will be mimicked. They'll be cloned. So I've got them all selected. Right click, properties, clone to, and J07. Click OK. Click OK. Okay. Now you'll see J07 in parentheses, meaning that this specific joist is a clone of J07. Okay. The reason why I didn't want to do 14 through 20 is because I actually need to shorten all of these, right? Because right now they're going through the stairwell. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and I guess we'll worry about that in just a little bit. So next thing I want to do, I guess, is I'm going to clone all of these north-south ones. Okay, so I'm going to select this one and this outer one and then this one. Right click, properties. Those 3 are the same as this one over here. And since I can't see I can barely see the name, but I'm going to hit escape a couple times and properly zoom it so I can see everything. I'm going to select this one, this one, this one. Oops, nope, not that one. That one. This one is J01. So I'm going to right click, properties, clone to J01. I want each of these to be exactly the same as J01. So that's that one there. And then the next thing I'm going to want to do is done that. Okay, I'm going to put in a new frame from here, and I'm going to do it from here all the way down to here, and I'm going to go towards the right, so I'm not blocking the stairwell. I'm going to use trim extend. Okay, and for trim extend, now that we're trimming, I want to make sure to snap near, but also on the left side of this J021. Okay, So I'm going to click there once. Oops, let me hit escape a couple times. I forgot. Trim extend. Snap near on the left side of J021. And now click each and every one of these. And now they've all shortened to the right, so that way I have my opening for my stair. Okay. And then I'm going to select this one and that one and all of these. And right click, properties, clone to. Let's move this out of the way first. Clone to J014. Make sure you read which one you're going to clone them to. Okay, so got that all done. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and place my frame again from here to here, down this way. I'm going to take this guy, copy him, and I'm going to do it out here in an area where I'm not going to accidentally snap to the wrong thing, which is another good reason to draw these extra long. These guidelines, I mean. Let's hit escape a couple times. Let's select this guy. We'll move him from here to there. Okay, let's take this guy and move it from here to there. Okay. And for these ones, the way I'll clean them up is I'll select each one of these. And I'm going to move it. So that way it lines with this guy here. Let me draw a little polyline first. And draw a polyline from here to here. Let's try selecting all those joists again. Okay, I'm going to move from here to here. Okay, I'm going to, let's move this one up relative to that one. Let's move this one up relative to that one. And I'm going to show you another technique. Yeah, delete that and delete that. Let's offset, still 2 feet. I can actually offset whole entire joists. And just like that, I've got new joists, and I'm going to move this one up here, obviously. Now I'm going to select each one of these, and guess what? Yep, I'm going to clone them. So that way they are very similar to, oops, nope, not that line. Hold shift and select if you selected something you didn't mean to. Right click properties, make sure I know which one I'm going to. I'm going to clone to 22. And this just means I have way less unique trusses that I need to worry about. You know, they're all just the same. For these next ones, how do I want to do it? I can either copy all of these, move them over. There's a lot of ways. Let me do this. Let me copy this guy from this. Let's go from this edge to this edge. Escape. TE to trim and extend. I'm going to trim extend to here. Click that guy. Oops, wrong way. Let's undo that. TE. And this time I'm going to snap to this near, but go to the right of it. And then click that. That's just one way you can do this. Okay. Now we're going to copy from here, there. We just want to make sure that there's not more than 2 feet of spacing in between them all, right? Can't be over 2 feet. For this one, I'm going to copy it from here to there. I'm just being a little bit nitpicky because I want them to all align from the far left all the way to the far right. So it makes it a little bit easier for my framers when they're out there. So let's go ahead and clone to all of these. Right click, properties, 39 is my one. Clone to 39. All right, it's looking nice. I don't think I have a use for these anymore, so I'm going to delete them all. That's looking clean. All right, let's go ahead and build our frames. So in my upper floor joists, I'm going to go ahead and click on build frame for J01. All right, let's just click rebuild. Go through this drop down menu by going left or right. So J05 is not built, you don't see it, so I'm going to hit rebuild. I'm going to go to the right again, rebuild, right, rebuild, right, rebuild, right, rebuild, right, rebuild, right, rebuild, right, rebuild, right. And that's it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 unique floor joist designs, even though I have all of these joists here. Now the last step, if you have the ability to, is File, Export 3D VRML. I'm going to put mine on the desktop, but I suggest you put it with the rest of your stuff. Select all and export. And now go File, View 3D. Find it on your desktop. Here it is. And voila. If you don't have the ability to do this, don't worry about it. If you're using our school computers and you can't do this, don't worry about it. Just screenshot your floor plan. All right. Great. Thank you.